Hey you guys, welcome to day 3 of the sneak peek into coaching. I'm so glad that you guys have stuck with it and listened to our videos and watched our videos. I'm going to talk to you about a couple things that I was feeling when I became a coach. It's something, I had thought about becoming an active selling coach for quite some time before I actually did it. I just didn't have the confidence, and I thought, who in the heck is going to follow me? Who in the heck will be inspired by me? And how can I call myself a coach? So like I told you in a previous video, I was discount for a long time. And I was in all the coach groups, and I would peek at them, and I'd be like, okay, I know the answer to that, or I think I can do that. I can talk to this person. I can do that. So slowly I started putting myself out there. It's right around the time that I started 21 Day Fix Extreme. I started it with one of my lead coaches, Julie, and her and I, she fell in love with this program. I have to back up a little bit. She was one of my biggest haters. So I think that's hilarious, and you guys should know that, because she's amazing, and I knew she was going to be amazing, but she just didn't see it in herself yet. So anyways, fast forward, her and I started the program together. We're like, we're doing this. Nothing is going to stop us. We were texting each other at 5 in the morning to make sure that we were up. And we started talking about it on Facebook. And people were watching. And people were messaging us like, you guys are doing this? What is it? How can I do it? Is it something you think I can do? What other programs might you have? And Julie and I would be blowing up each other's phones like, oh my gosh, maybe we can make this a business. I think we can do this. People are wanting to know more. So Julie and I really kind of came together, and everything sort of ignited. Fast forward a little bit, Beachbody's huge on personal development. So, just reading or listening to audiobooks about how to be a better you and how to become a better person, how to become, a better leader, how to get organized. We've read books on and listened to more books in this past year than I have probably in the past 5 years. But I'll tell you what, it's the growth that I needed. It's the growth that I so desperately was searching for that I could not find. I've had lots of jobs, in the past. Good jobs. As a project manager for one of the bigger banks around here. But I never felt fulfilled. And I never felt like, doing that was what set me on fire. And back during my time at the bank, I was running half marathons, and I injured my knee. And I had a friend who's in the sneak peek group, and I remember her, she at first was like, you are insane for running. You're crazy. And now she's running marathons. So it goes to show you that you can have an impact on people that you don't expect. I have had people reach out to me to buy challenge packs or to buy Shakeology that I never would have expected. So, okay, how do we get these people? If they're not reaching out to us, how do we get customers, or how do we sell challenge packs? We have what's called the 3 vital behaviors, and I'm sure you've heard about it in some of the other videos. But we invite people to our challenge groups. Some of the groups are free. Some of them are groups that correspond with a program that we're going to be running. We have clean eating groups. We have Shakeology groups. So, we invite people. We say, hey, you've been talking about doing, paleo, or you've been talking about doing clean eating or whatever. Hey, I'm running this group. Why don't you join us? It's free. Or, all it will cost you is $30 and, a trial of Shakeology. We do invites. I have to look at my list. Before I was scrolling Facebook. I was just scrolling, posting silly things, and now we post with purpose. I post things that mean something to me, that are true to me. I've become more open than I ever have been on Facebook. And people can relate to me because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, okay? So that's important. They're not going to just run out and, you know, buy a green sweater because they think it looks nice. They're going to go buy that green sweater because it's soft and snuggly and it's warm and it makes you happy, okay? So that's the same thing with our programs, and it's the same thing with Shakeology. You know, every day I go into work and I have my shaker cup and I have my containers and I am a product of the product. And people ask me, let me have a sample? You know, what programs are you doing? And, you know, just by living your passion and by doing the things that you love and that makes you happy, people see that. And then they're going to ask, and that's how you get customers. Let's see, consistency, fear, we talked a little bit about. I mean, we all have the fear of rejection or, you know, people not wanting to follow you. But you know what? You will get your people that follow you, and I have people that amaze me. I've had aunts reach out to me and tell me how inspiring I am and how they cannot believe how much I've grown and changed in the last, you know, couple years. I've got a lot of family dynamic going on. And so for them to say that, that is huge to me. Huge. So it proves that our methods are working, and people, you know, they're always looking to better themselves, you guys. So one question I had from one of the girls that I talked to earlier, she said, well, how can I coach if I'm not following the eating plan, or, you know, if I'm not totally understanding it? And I think that, you know, some of us are following the eating plan. Some of us are more doing the workouts and kind of doing our own thing. And I think it's just more about being there and being that support and showing them like, hey, you can do this, and being their cheerleader. I think that's what people need. There's so much negativity in the world that the world needs more cheerleaders. So I think this opportunity is fabulous. I'm so glad that you guys are even considering it and watching this group. You know, I started this really full into it about a year ago, and I am a diamond coach, and I know that's not going to mean a whole lot to you guys right now, but basically that means that I have 8 coaches on each leg, and I have 2 coaches that are emerald. Emerald, you have to have 2 coaches. So I know it's really confusing, and I don't want to get into any of that. But it's the snowball effect, and it's the compound effect, and it really will transform you if you are looking to sell and if you want to make something of this. It is very possible. These are real people. These are real people in my upline talking to you, and someday I hope to be exactly where they are. So if you guys have any questions, please post below. Reach out to the coach that added you to this group, and seriously consider it, you guys, because I mean, I'm doing pretty well, not doing where I want to be. I'm still working a full-time job, but the goal is to not have the full-time job anymore and to live a life by design, as Colleen says. So that is the goal. If you guys, you know, even consider working for yourself or supplementing any type of income, this is definitely an opportunity that is doable. So reach out. I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Have a good Wednesday.